All right. Well, I'm out here today. It's almost 10:30 already. I've been out here all morning working on this riding mower that I was just going to do for a customer and just, wham bam, get it out of here and move on to the next project. I have some I want to tackle here, but man, I started getting into this riding mower and it's like, I should be filming this. This is turning out to be a really big pain in the butt. So let me show you what I got going. Yeah, so this is a Troy-Bilt TB30R. So there's a bunch of these out there, I think under the Craftsman name and Cub Cadet. Just about everybody has one of these 30-inch blade jobs, rear engine mount. And first thing, I just changed the oil, changed the spark plug, and then I came out here and I had to charge the battery. It wouldn't turn over. There wasn't enough juice in it. It's not an old battery. It's 719. So it's it's maybe 3 years old. And I thought for sure, that it would be taking a charge, but it looks like it isn't. I have the charger on it again, but when I tried to start it, and I tried jumping the solenoid here too. But it sounds like his starter is just grinding away. Let me see if I can do this while we're talking. If I can hold this steady. Let's see, nothing's in the way. And it's not the not the engine or anything. Let me turn that over. That was the compression stroke. The engine sounds good. Now, yeah, so I want to check out the starter there. It just sounds like it's grinding and it's just not getting enough power in there. But you see all I had to do to get to this thing? Holy crap. Oh, so this had to come off. Took the seat off right behind me. Had to take this off, had to take the gas cap off, blah, blah, blah. Take this brace here over the top of the gas can so that I got to move the gas can around so that I can get to these bolts that hold the back of the shroud on. And then I can take this off and look at the starter. It has been a real pain to work on this thing, and I was always trying to think back. It's like, I don't think I've ever had to dig down into one of these before. I've repaired quite a few of them here with electronics failures here on the side, but I never had to take all this stuff off to dig down into the engine. But yeah, so this has been a bear to work on. Man, look how filthy that is. But this guy loves this mower, so I'm going to do it for him. I don't think he knows he has a bad starter, but and I'm going to check out his front axles. You can see how off the wheel is. I want to dig down in here. Did somebody do some work on this before and got it all screwed up? Because when you're turning it, you can feel it. There's something going on in there. But let me put this set this camera up so I can keep working on this thing. Alright, I've got this one last bolt over here. Let's scoot this around. It wouldn't be so bad, but this gas tank is full. Let's take all this off. Woo! Man, that needs a new filter. Let me show you what's going on here. Alright, so there's the starter. So it's engaging, but it's not enough to turn the flywheel. Let me show you real quick. Well, it did it that time. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe it's not still getting enough voltage there. And hopefully I didn't take all this off for nothing. Oh, come on. Now it's showing 14.6 volts now. That can't be right. Let me turn the charger off. 13.12. So is it the starter? Let me check. Well, if it's the starter, what I could do, I was rummaging around and I knew this was somewhere in there. I'm just wondering if it's the right replacement. You see the way it has the brushes there. Maybe it's worn out on the starter, but it looks like that could be it. I'm trying to compare it. Yeah, there's that. I might be in luck. I just can't remember. I've had this forever, and I can't remember what starter I had got it for. But, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this starter off and take it apart and see what it looks like. And maybe we can replace it and get it rolling. There we go. Dang it. I'm not sure it was a tight squeeze. Well, I hope that's it. We'll take it to the bench and take it apart, see what we see. Alright, the lighting here is kind of a pain, but I cleared off a little spot on my workbench. Let me get the rest of this stuff out. This is where I usually make my blade balancers and stuff. This and that, I couldn't find my 8mm socket or wrench. Isn't it always that number 8s, the 8 and the 10mm are always the first to go, right? So, well, here's the piece we're going to replace. So what I'm expecting to see whenever I take this base off and lift this out, you can see the bushings here, or the brushes. They're probably going to be worn out on this one, or something's in the way or something. And when I pull that out, all this stuff is spring loaded. You can see they're just going to pop out, but we'll be able to see the size of them and see what's going on. Maybe something broke in there. I've had them before where there was a crack on this base plate, and so it was just causing misalignment and stuff. And of course, whenever the brushes wear out, they just start to grind, you know, when they reach up here somewhere. And so when you start putting this on, you can see the little wire clips that are on here. Can you see those? So that is keeping your brushes pressed against, you know, the brushes, and it keeps your brushes out of the way. It compresses the spring, right? So when you put that on, you put it back into place, and then you get a needle nose, you know, or whatever, and pull these pins out, and then it releases your brushes. So it's not really hard unless you pull these out prematurely. Just don't do it. I mean, I've had to do it before, and then I just had to go back and you know, replace some of these springs. They're kind of a pain, but not, you know, not too bad, but no big deal. Let's alright, so I found a little needle nose there, and found a crescent wrench. Like I said, I could not find my 8mm wrenches. Because these bolts, you can see they go all the way through. You can see them poking out here, here, and here. So let's see if we can't pull these out. Well, from the looks of it, the bushings seem to, I mean, the brushes seem to be okay. So we might be having some other problem here. Yeah, so you can see the brushes here. There's plenty of length on them, if you can see that. But well, they really don't look that bad, but I'm going to go ahead and take it off since we have a replacement ready. And there's definitely something going on in there, so. And watch these things are just going to fly off. Boom, there they go. So I'm trying to see if there's anything floating around on the inside. Sometimes it seemed like something was floating around and it cracked the magnets that are on the outside of the starter. So the brushes were a little worn, but not that bad, you know. I was kind of surprised. If I wanted to reload them, so you push that in, and then you push the these little wire clips. You can use paper clips, you know, bend them up, and insert them in. And yeah, that's not bad at all. Kind of strange, huh? But I'm going to go ahead and put this new stuff on them. Put the new stuff on his starter just to make sure. Alright, well, let's see how this will fit in. It should line up just like that. So you see while I'm pushing it in, those clips are starting to pop out. So you just got to be real careful. They are starting to come out already. Those are in, and let's pull these pins. There we go. Now let's line up these bolts like this. Let's see, does that go any? Yeah, it's all symmetrical. Yeah. Let's get that on. Now let's line the screws. Which way did it go? This way? There it goes. Feels the same. Hopefully that was the problem. If not, well, he's got a rebuilt starter, so he can't complain, huh? And this, let's see. So you pop that in. Then, let's see, how'd that go? Come here. So how'd that fit in? Through here and here? If I can, there we go. That goes through that one. There we go. So there's the pin in place. And you can see how it's compressing the deal. So I'll go ahead and put these on and save this for later. There it goes. Alright, well, that one's ready for the other starter. Hopefully that's the problem, but regardless, that's how it's done. Alright, well, let's put this back on real quick and easy. Should be no big deal. Let's put this one on first. Let's see, how did that fit on there? Alright. Everything is on. I'm going to try to jump it again. I checked the battery and it was already back down to 9 volts. So I put the charger back on. Let's see what happens. Well, I think that definitely helped. Yeah, okay, so I'll let the battery charge up again, and I'm going to go ahead and start putting everything back together. This was always a pain in the butt, so... Well, I still smell something dead around here. I'm going to have to look. There's got to be a dead rat. My cat has killed 3 this week. I don't know where they came from. What are you whining about, huh? I'm going to clean this ignition switch before I put all this back on. Alright, maybe this will do it. Gas cap doesn't fit through there. Okay, there we go. Now let's hook up the ignition switch. Gonna put these little clips. These are little clips that are, I can't believe they're using these. These are usually made for in the automotive, you know, upholstery, where you'd, I guess in some automotive it works fine. I guess it's working fine here, but I'd rather see a bolt, you know, or these where you pop them in and then shove your, there. They're okay, but they do get old and crack, you know. No sweat. The steering wheel's back in line. Alright, it's good to go. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. Just taking that thing apart was a pain in the butt. But I was kind of surprised. It started out with just being a tune-up on a riding mower. You know, I just changed the oil, changed the spark plug, got to get them an air cleaner. But when I was trying to start it, I could hear that starter kind of grinding away and sticking. And sure enough, so kind of a surprise deal. Luckily, I had the piece to rebuild that that starter like really quick. It was really no big deal, and it didn't look that bad. Just cleaned it up. You replaced, you know, the whatchamacallits, the all right, girlie, what are you doing? Sorry, my dog's dragging something around. What was I saying? Oh, just replacing the brushes on that starter and cleaning it up, and that did the trick. So, well, I guess that's it. That's it for this video. So, I guess as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and watch for my next video.